Coming up on episode 166 of Creative Writing, I'm talking about whether or not you should ditch MailChimp.
I can't go back to sleep, it's almost light. These restless thoughts have kept me up again tonight.
Hello creatives. This is the Creative Writing Podcast. I'm your host, Kirsten Oliphant, and this is the podcast for you, a writer, blogger, or creative who wants to build an online platform without being smarmy. And I feel a little bit punchy right now as I'm recording because I actually already recorded and I was down to the last minute and my computer ran out of batteries, which makes my recording program not save the episode, which makes me sad. I might have gotten a little shouty and too excited about email, so maybe this is a good thing. MailChimp, if you didn't know, is an email service provider. It's a big one, and we're going to be talking in this episode about whether you should stay or go in light of some changes they're making. So I want to get into this not only because I'm excited about email, but also I'm like really bad that I lost the episode and just want to get it done. And then afterwards, let me just say this on a personal note. After I had lost the episode, I went to make myself some coffee. And then I spilled the coffee all over the floor and I'm blaming Jane Eyre. No, Pride and Prejudice. That's who I'm blaming because I was reading it and I wasn't paying attention to the pour over thingy and it got a little bit off balance and then it poured over my feet and I didn't get burned, but I have coffee grounds between my toes and I'm just mad because I'd rather them be like, in my cup. I mean, not the grounds, but the coffee part. So anyway, we're getting into the episode. MailChimp, should you stay? Should you go? If you haven't started an email list, I'm giving my recommendations for where to start. Spoiler alert, it's not MailChimp. And if you want the show notes with links and more, you can go to creativewriting.com/166 for episode 166. So let's get into one of my favorite topics ever. That's me rubbing my hands together because I'm excited. Email and MailChimp specifically. So MailChimp just announced, I'm recording this in June 2019. In May 2019, they announced that they're making some big changes and they impact you. Should you stay? Should you go? So here's what's changing to kind of give you an idea. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the overall philosophy. So MailChimp has been providing a service. They've been an email service provider, what I call an ESP, for years. You can still send emails through MailChimp. They're still an email service provider, but they're changing their focus to be a CRM, a customer relationship management tool. That tells you a lot. That kind of tells you everything right there. They are changing their focus to big businesses who are using email for customers and sales specifically. They are focused on their big money makers, which if you're listening to this podcast is probably not you. I'm not saying you're not making money, but I'm saying you're probably not the business that MailChimp is really targeting. And so that is the underlying philosophy. While some things may not change, some things may still be okay for you. Overall, they are not aiming to serve you. That doesn't mean they still can't, but that's not their goal. Their underlying goal is to serve bigger fish in the sea who are going to make them bigger bunches of money. So just realize, first of all, let's start out by saying that they're not focused on your needs right now. That's what this shift means. They're making it official. You are not their focus. Okay, so why should you care? So MailChimp, just in case you don't know, has been really popular. It's very trustworthy. I'll say that about it. It's a reputable company. They've built a good business. But they've been really popular because they offer a free service up to 2,000 subscribers. And that's been really the main reason people have gone with them. They're trustworthy. It's pretty easy to set up. It's drag and drop. It's, there are a lot of pieces to it if you've never done email before. The first time I, went into MailChimp, it took me a bit. It's not that hard to get figured out. There's tons of resources. That free thing is really what it comes down to. But here are some things that are changing specifically. So we've already talked about the philosophy changing, but here are the specific things that are changing that will or may impact you. The free subscriber count now is going to include the people who unsubscribe. So when people unsubscribe, those emails are still stored in that whole database, and that's going to count towards that 2,000 limit. So like right now, I'm trying to think when I first started, I was on MailChimp, and I don't know if my account is still, if I think I exported everybody and moved things around, but if they're still in there, plus my unsubscribes, I don't think I could send emails because I was close to 2,000. I'd already cleaned out my list a bunch. So I'm over 2,000. Probably I couldn't send emails anymore. because those unsubscribes count. You also are going to be limited to audiences. I think the number I've heard is 3. And with MailChimp, just the way that it's set up, they have it set up with different lists or audiences within your main account. And so now you're going to be limited if you're on that free plan. You're also going to be limited on your automations, which are sort of like your welcome sequences and automated emails that you have set up to send out to people if they sign up through different places. It looks like you're not going to be able to add new ones. This is what people are reporting. I have, again, not gone into my dashboard and tested this out because I'm already gone. I have an old account, but I'm not using MailChimp anymore. I'm not going to go take the time to do this, but this is what I'm seeing from people, that you can't add new ones on the free plan. And then the pricing is going to change. They've said that it's going to change, but also it's changing for sure for the month-to-month users. So if you were paying month-to-month with their like credit system, those are going to expire in 2020, and you're not going to get money back if you have them and decide to switch. More things are going to change, but those are kind of a rundown. That's like a rundown of the main things that are changing. And you might think, okay, that doesn't apply to me. Stay with me. We're going to talk about why I still am going to recommend that you switch. The thing is, you still don't know. What we do know is that their focus is not the little guys, it's the big guys. Their focus is shifting, and I would highly, I believe that they're going to take that 2,000 subscriber limit and change it, or they're going to up the prices and all those kinds of things. Those things are going to change. It's going to change. It just is, because their focus is now not on the freebies. That's a lot of work for them to do, is to maintain all these things for people who are not paying and who are not planning to pay and who are planning to just kind of stick to that free plan. Okay. The pricing also will change. If you are on the paid plan now, you're going to be grandfathered in. If you're on the free plan, when you upgrade, you're going to be getting those new prices. And I'm not sure what those are yet, but it's going to be more. So just realize that. It's just going to change. So there are some changes now. They have promised that there will be more. But why am I recommending that you leave MailChimp? Well, first of all, I haven't really recommended them for a while. Yes, they're trustworthy. Yes, they're basic to start off with. Yes, they're free, but they are clunky. The features are clunky. They don't have enough features for how big and how, just important and kind of, I don't know, how the platform is way too big for them to have as clunky of features and as few features as they offer. And that's just something that's always frustrated me about them. They're just now starting to add things that other email service providers who cost a low amount are also offering, but better than MailChimp is offering. They also offer no customer service on the free plan. That's not going to get better. Nothing is going to get better for you with MailChimp. Just realize that on your free plan, they're taking things away. They're not adding things. So whatever you have right now, and again, it may be everything you need to suit your current needs, but there are other better service providers. They're not going to get better. Their automations, their tagging features, they're called that, but they don't actually do all the things that other email service providers, automations and tagging do. And what I mean by that is, so like, for example, tagging in MailerLite ConvertKit. Spoiler alert again, those are the two I'm going to recommend. Tagging with those two, you can have an email that says, hey, if you're interested in this, click here, and then you're going to get my emails about this particular book or this particular product. When the person clicks that link on the back end of your email, it automatically adds them to a list that you've created. So you can actually be really sophisticated in the kinds of things you're sending and not bombard someone with 100 emails of things that they don't want that week. They can pick and choose. And it can be super automated, super slick, super sophisticated without you having to do a lot of work. MailChimp does not offer that. If they have anything which is like that, they do have something similar, but it's so hard to set up that even as someone who, I've tested the big giants of email, I really have. It is so unsophisticated. It is so difficult. It involves using merge tags and doing things where if you mess it up, it's actually going to show in the emails that you send, because those like things that you're plugging in are not going to just be code. Your email subscribers are going to see them. Like, have you ever gotten one of those emails where it's like, dear, and there's like brackets and it's like F name? What that means is that someone messed it up when they were trying to like say to MailChimp, hey, insert their first name here. They forgot like one of the things they were supposed to include. And so you get F name, which I've had that happen a bunch. That's the kind of thing that they have you do, these hoops that you have to jump through if you want any of those fancy features to work. It's just annoying. It should be better. It's not. There are other email service providers, however, that offer customer service, and that I think will suit your needs better in the long run because they're not becoming a CRM and moving away from the kinds of features they should already have, basically. So here are the two I'm recommending. I've already said it, MailerLite and ConvertKit. I have tried MailChimp, MadMimi, TinyLetter, Aweber, ConvertKit, MailerLite, and I think a few others, but those are the biggies that I have tried. There are some others I like okay. MadMimi is okay. TinyLetter, I could never get my email list to actually upload, which is an automatic goodbye for me. Aweber was way too clunky for the price. And I love ConvertKit and MailerLite. I'm an affiliate for both of them, which means I can get a commission for you signing up under me at no extra cost to you. You absolutely don't have to use my affiliate links. You can just go to their websites. But if you want to use those, you can go to creativewriting.com/MailerLite or creativewriting.com/ConvertKit to try those out. And I'll tell you what I have to say about both and why I'm recommending them over MailChimp. So the cheapest and simplest is MailerLite. They offer a free account up to 1,000. So if you are in that boat of needing free, that is the best you're going to get. And then I think it starts at like $9 after that. They have all the features that MailChimp does not. They have customer service. They have actual automation that works in a much more sophisticated way. They have tagging where people can click something in an email and be added to a list. Now, they don't work as well or as sophisticated as ConvertKit. However, if you are someone running an author business, if you're running a blog and you're staying pretty simple, MailerLite has all the things you need. It has landing pages. It has different groups and ways for you to organize subscribers. I really have been very happy. I started my Emma list for fiction with them last year. I've been very happy. No complaints. They did have an issue last year where their servers were marked as spam, and they did a lot to fix that. And I have seen no ill effects from that from my time with them. So I highly recommend them. And that only really made them be more conscientious about that. And what that really means is a lot of spammy users had signed up with MailerLite. So now they're just a little bit more selective. They're not going to say no to you, but you will need an email that goes through your website. So like I have Emma at Emma St. Clair as my return email. You're going to need one of those. Which you should have anyway. And really, when you set up a website through your host, you're going to get that for free. And I hate dealing with that tech stuff, but I actually just did that for a new website. I have a new pen name I'm doing. And so I did it myself through YouTube videos, and you can too. So don't let that scare you off. You really should have that anyway. But that's MailerLite, simplest, cheapest. I recommend them. ConvertKit is my absolute favorite, and I really like them. They are more expensive. They're $29 to start out with for that 1,000-person list. And I would say that they are more sophisticated and more robust. So if you are just sending out weekly emails with your book links or other book links or something like that, you don't need ConvertKit. If you are working on sales funnels, if you're selling different products like courses and books and coaching packages, and you have webinars and live events, then ConvertKit will absolutely meet all of those needs for way less than a lot of the other service providers, giving you the same features. And I will say that their features are better than MailChimp or MailerLite's, definitely better than MailChimp's, but they're better than MailerLite's in terms of how easy they are to set up. I have some big complaints with the welcome series and things like that with MailerLite. You can still do them. It's just clunkier, but ConvertKit makes all of those things simple. I really love their company as a whole and their philosophy. So I'm just a huge fan of ConvertKit, but you may not need them unless you're doing something more robust. Those are the two I recommend. They have more features. They have customer service. They have things MailChimp is just not going to offer you. They haven't been offering. They're not going to start offering now, and it's going to cost as much. So MailChimp is really comparable once you get off that free plan to ConvertKit, but they don't have the features, period. So a little ranty. If you go to creativewriting.com/166, you're going to see some other links. I'm linking to David Gaughran and his post about some of the changes where he goes into some more detail. And also one from Written Word Media about the changes and how they affect authors. So you guys can see some other people's takes. But this has been a question that people have been asking both in my Facebook group and others. And we're in the summer series, which means I'm doing a short episode on questions people are asking. This was not asked in the specific question thread, but people have been asking and talking about it. So I did want to address it. Overall, I would say move. If you're with MailerLite, well, if you're with MailChimp and you're thinking, I don't have that many people, you can just stay. You can. I mean, really, if you're just sending in a simple email a week, why switch? But email matters so much. It's just so important. I talked about this a couple episodes ago as it being the Twinkie. It's the thing that's going to outlast everything. When there's like Armageddon, it's still going to be there. That's essentially what it is. It's really the whole enchilada. So I had you guys tag me with Twinkie stuff, and I love that. So if you want to tag me with enchilada gifts, do it. I'm at Kiki Mojo on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook or other places. You can go to the Creative Writing community, creativewriting.com/community, and leave enchilada pictures. But it really is all that you need. If you don't have a blog that's working, if you don't have other things, email is the way that you connect with people. Yes, you have to grow it. Yes, you have to tend it and do work, but it's way more permanent and effective in all of the positive things I could say about it. So it is important. Yes, you can stay on MailChimp, but why would you when you can get better features and it's still free under 1,000 people over at MailerLite? Okay, just something to think about. It's not that big of a deal to switch. It's much easier now than it is when you grow. So just keep that in mind. Signing off. This is it for this week. Thank you guys for listening, whether this is your first or 166. This is really hard to say. Try it. I promise you, it's hard to say. Say it out loud right now. If it's not hard to say, then you need to also tag me and tell me that you did not have trouble saying 166th. Maybe it's not that hard. Dang, maybe it's me. Maybe it's the night of deleting my episode and pouring coffee on my feet that's giving me a hard time, but I feel like it's difficult. Thank you to Jasmine Commerce of JasmineCommerceMusic.com for the music for the show. And I'm so glad that you, the listener, you guys are here. You are keeping me podcasting by listening and engaging with the show. Thank you. Now it's time for you to go out and create content that you love and serve your people well.